Well, today's Wednesday, it's the 9th of August 2023, and I've got a bit of an update on the video I did on the buses, the hydrogen buses in Palma. And I called it a scandal that all of these buses, 5 million euros worth of buses, had been purchased, and they weren't doing anything. And it wasn't very clear as to why they were not doing anything. Well, now the picture's a little bit clearer. In a previous video I'd spoken about the Majorca hydrogen plant. I was very excited about it. This hydrogen plant, which had been quite a few years in the planning, was using solar power to electrolyse water. So water is H2O, and the electricity can split that water into hydrogen and oxygen. The electricity was coming from the solar power, so that was green, and the hydrogen produces no pollution when it was burnt. So the plan was that that hydrogen should be piped to the hotels in the north of the island, and some of it would be used for the hydrogen buses in Palma. And all the tests went through, and it seemed to be producing the hydrogen nicely. And then in the March of 2022, the hydrogen plant was inaugurated with a great big fanfare, and all over Europe it was going to be one of the star projects for hydrogen production. Lots of famous people were there, lots of politicians, and obviously the people who were responsible for the factory, including the people who designed the electrolytic cell. However, it now appears, 1.5 years later, it hasn't worked. In fact, the people who designed the electrolytic cell have suggested that they should stop using the electrolytic cell as there is a design fault. They've offered no solution, they have got no repair for this particular design fault, and they don't have a replacement. And it's not the particular one that's in Majorca, it's all of the ones that they provide anywhere else in the world. So this is a real big letdown. The hydrogen production plant in Majorca, which was going to be such a brilliant production of hydrogen, is going to be leading the way for Europe, just hasn't happened. And so if they're not producing hydrogen, then the buses down in Palma, they've got to get it from a different source, and that's not so easy because the transporting of hydrogen is not easy from the mainland. You have to have special containers, and at the moment there are legal requirements for the maximum pressure, which means it's just not really a very efficient way. Having pipes for the hydrogen to pass through, just like your gas pipes at home, is a much better way of doing it, and if the Majorca plant was working, then that would be the solution. So it really is very disappointing, and I'll really keep my eye on this. I was quite surprised to wake up to find this in the news today, but it does answer a question as to why those 5 buses, 5 million euros worth of buses, are simply parked up in Palma, sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And the hotels that were going to be using this clean gas are not getting the gas that they've been promised. So I'll keep you posted on what developments come. If I read anything else, I'll let you know. But it is a fascinating story, and it is quite disappointing what's actually happened. So thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.